Hello everyone, Praise Good here. Welcome back. It's more Tears of the Kingdom. So, last time I ended off, I said, you know, maybe I'll record more later today, maybe I'll record some more tomorrow. It's tomorrow. And I snuck in that segment at the beginning just, like I did, just because I wanted to make sure, you know, anytime I scan Amiibo, I figured you guys should know what I've done, sort of. But you probably don't need to know the whole story of what I've done with my Amiibo, so... It's the truncated version is what you're getting. And I did notice, as I was warping around to like get to the surface to do stuff on the surface with Amiibo and then coming back underground and all that, I did notice that when you warped, like between the surface and the underground and whatnot, like it'll put a flag down to say, hey, this is where you last did anything major in an area. So if you're looking to go back to where you were, here's where you are. But anyway, 2 open, okay. But yeah, we do. I did get a shield from all those Amiibo, Amiibo chests. Oddly enough, it's weird that I got a shield of all things. But hey, I had 0 shields, so I needed at least an shield. Do you want to try finish that thought? No, I don't want to try finishing that thought again. Anyway, we're gonna go over to this. I mean, I'll just tell you bluntly, because this is basically a major thing. We're going over to this Coliseum to start off to this session today. Words are hard. Going up to this Coliseum to start off the session today, because these are actually, like, Link, impressive. These Coliseums are just scattered throughout the depths. But usually they'll have, along with a lot of, like, larger monsters, the huge trunks in the middle of forested areas, and then just the random civilization buildings down here, Coliseums also have larger wards. But being that they are Coliseums, you'll usually have to fight tooth and nail for them. Casual reminder for anybody who's not paying attention to the screen right now, I am running around with, at best, I am running around right now in the depths with, at best, 9 armor and 4 hearts. What does this translate to? You like Dark Souls? Because I don't. But yeah, there are these Coliseums strewn throughout the depths. And I want what you've got. Well, the weapon too, but I want what you got. And what you have is Poe souls that I can use. I'm surprised I can even hold that spear. Yeah, a couple key eyeballs, key swings for shooting far away targets. So the start of this episode is probably going to be a very combat heavy beginning. Also, I literally just play it, like, it hasn't even been a full 24 hours since I last played, and I've already forgot what I have. I play stuff. I don't need to fuse rocks right now. This will be a very combat-centric beginning to this episode. But then we'll probably do a lot more just mumbling and bumbling and floating about. I didn't mean to say floating, it's just the name of the arena. So when you enter these arenas, they will be lit up or dark depending upon if any nearby light roots have been activated or not. So if you have not activated... Damn it. This is a white Lionel. I do not have the gear to do this. Like, all of these are varying degrees of Lionel in order to get the reward that's in the center. Oh, it's got rock armor. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to handle this right now. Never mind. We're canceling this trip to the Coliseum. We're canceling the trip to the Coliseum out here. We'll have to put a pin in it and come back to it later. Like, if it was any other... Like, a lot of these Coliseums will specialize in one enemy variety. And Lionels are just basically like the top end of... Hey, these are like the biggest pinnacle, the biggest bads you will find in this game. Can you face them? Can you face them down? That is what a Lionel is. Basically, we were having... well, you already saw me struggle against a singular Lionel Now, imagine me trying to fight 4 of them back to back with the weaponry that was barely able to take care of 1 of them. I'm gonna put some numbers down for you. That ain't gonna look good. So anyway, let's continue on our path to just kind of explore this area. I mainly want to look at. I think that enemy camp is that properly structured area I was thinking about going to, but still gonna explore this area a little bit before we head on for today. Basically, just kind of hit up this corner, slide down the side. And then if there's nothing down here at the bottom here, which I don't think there really is. Oh no, there's something down there. When I get down to the end here, I'll then like warp back out of here, and we'll basically make a clear cut to the south of the map to give at least an edge to what the map looks like. So you can kind of anticipate what the overall trajectory space is of the map in general. Because, I mean, as I said before, and I will repeat myself because that's what I do, I have beaten this game before. I have fully explored this depths area, and I know what you get for combing effectively every single square inch of the depths. But for you folks at home, you kind of probably want to see like an edge of the map just so you can get a rough scope on what we're dealing with here. Not close enough. So as I was mentally hyping myself up to start recording today and kind of just go on this session I'm about to go on, I got to thinking, you know, how much time did I spend on Breath of the Wild compared to how much time did I spend recording Breath of the Wild? Keep in mind, most of the time I spent in Breath of the Wild was once again personal notes, and most of the details that were out there for Breath of the Wild weren't out there until I was well done with the series. All right, let's make some friends. Oh, you have armor on. That should take care of a good chunk of what we need to worry about. I think that fire fruit, yep, that fire fruit is gone. You know, I never did do the mental process of, hey, if I have more stamina, I can just sharpshoot guys off of cliffs and not have to deal with multiple enemies in an encampment. Because I've mentioned it before, but I will say it again. I ignored almost every little monster encampment around in this game. I ignored almost every monster encampment that was in this game. So a lot of some of the additional things you're seeing here, I never touched. Who are you telling? There's no one here to tell. Now excuse me while I get out the rock hammer I so graciously borrowed. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I just never touched on in these areas just because I was scared. Wait, did I just destroy a blue bokoblin with a duplex bow? That shouldn't be happening yet. My bow should not be set strong enough to be able to do that. Oh, I fear. I fear that I may be doing better than I initially anticipated I would be. That's kind of the problem I had in my personal playthrough too, is like, gimme. That's the problem I had with my personal playthrough a bit as well, is that, you know, I did so much in the underground, or in the underground depths, same thing. I did so much in the depths that a lot of my... Oh, can't just pick these up. Neat. I did so much in the depths that when I did return back to the surface... That does nothing. Okay. So, I'm gonna experiment with this. But yeah, I did so much in the depths that, like, when I got to the surface, like, with 4 hearts and barely anything, barely shy of 2 full stamina wheels... That's all the force it needs, baby. Have fun with that. Oh, it's like a time bomb. Neat. yeah, I spent so much time underground, killed so many things, and got so many bits of gear. That, like, the game considered me pretty much at endgame difficulty when I had almost nothing on my person to even remotely suggest that. I don't think I'm far enough north to save myself. So, I guess that is one thing that's to talk about or to think about when if you're going to follow my footsteps down to the depths instead of like being on the overworld. And I guess in general, if you're going to do the vice versa. However you do most of your venturing or wherever you do most of your venturing, if you decide, okay, well, I've finished up down here, I guess I'm going to go to insert location here to finish up another leg of the adventure. If you just hard focus on one portion, you're probably going to get greeted with a nice hearty slap across the face for thinking you're doing things right. Like, it is definitely... This isn't to say this is bad. I realize I'm phrasing it negatively, and it's not to say this is bad, but this game definitely has like a scaling difficulty problem, in my opinion, where like you start the game and you can't get hurt that much because it's tutorializing you, but as soon as you're outside the tutorial, the game is going to see how far it can shove its foot down your throat and wear you like a sock, and then it doesn't return back to that tutorial level. I thought there was something over there. It doesn't return to like that tutorial level of difficulty until it's like, well, I fixed all the problems with the 4 regional phenomena that I was asked to research. I guess now I'm allowed to just walk all over my enemies again. There's nothing back here. This is a waste of everybody's time, especially the skeletons. But he do got that stick. I don't know if I haven't brought this up yet, which is surprising considering it's me. Actually, 2 things I haven't brought up yet. No, the second thing I'm thinking of I have brought up, but I will still address. I'll still address it again just to be safe. So, the durability system. The durability system from Breath of the Wild is very present in this. You see me break millions of weapons, not even millions of weapons. We're talking dozens at this point. Couples of dozens. But the durability system is here in full force in Tears of the Kingdom again. And I know with... yeah. Oh, hey, how's it going? I know with Breath of the Wild, I personally had a couple friends who had this gripe, and I know it was a gripe of a lot of people on the internet, but we kind of just... a lot of us just kind of slugged through it regardless, even the ones who complained. The thing with the durability system is, yes, it sucks. The weapon that you really like and you really spend a lot of time with, and, you know, with this game specifically, spent so much time crafting to be just the perfect weapon for how you play, can shatter after 2 minutes of use. I know, it sucks. Ask me. Because I have broken my own weapon several times, thinking I was fusing the right thing when I wasn't. But here's the thing for a majority of this game. There's very few instances where this is not the case. For a majority of this game, if you... Oh, that's another monster camp. For a majority of this game, for every 1 weapon you break, 2 to 3 weapons will take its place. Ow, but I don't like this weapon. Then don't. I don't like this weapon type. Okay, then somebody else dropped a weapon type you do like. I shouldn't have to sacrifice. I shouldn't have to sacrifice my favorite weapon type because the game said I'm enjoying myself too much, or something, or some degenerate degree of opinion like that. Tough. The game's boring if you keep using the same thing. Like, if you keep using the same item combination and weapons constantly, you're gonna get bored of the game quicker. This is like an artificial way to make it so you can enjoy the longevity of the game just a little bit more. Because, like, if I had things my way in this game, I would not use spears. I would not use a majority of the single-handed weapons. I'd be using two-handed weapons constantly throughout this game. I am a big fan of Unga Bunga, swing big stick, get big prize. But using different weapon types, you know, makes parts of your brain, makes different parts of your brain activate and work to figure out a puzzle. Yeah, I gotta get that other rock hammer. That had one more power than the rock hammer I was using. But it makes you, like, use other parts of your brain and be like, okay, well, how can I tackle this puzzle using this bit of weaponry I have? Alright, I also have done the loop here, so I'm gonna just warp down here now. Did I say I was gonna go over here? I might still go. Right, this is the Great Plateau area. Let's not, because we'll actually be around that area later. Let's go over here. Let's go over here and not worry about that. But yeah, it's just, it kind of makes your brain work differently and try different things out besides using the same two weapons you found the first time and have liked since then. It makes you try new things to be like, oh, maybe this is different. Maybe I'll like this just as much. It's to change up how the game functions for you to challenge your brain and also to make sure you see all facets of the game. You would think that someone like me who basically refuses to play like 2 of the 500 million genres of games out there, that I should not be the one preaching this kind of thing, but also I am the guy who plays 500 million different genres of game on the market and has no problem playing most of them. That... Did we do that one? No, we have not. Highlight that, because that's another Giga hideout we are going to be running towards soon. And then the other thing, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but I'm going to repeat it now just to make sure I cover my bases on this. Nope. That is the Yiga clan member in disguise. You can go ahead and stare at that statue in wonderment. But I mentioned, I believe I mentioned before, renting it again just to make sure. Down here in the depths, and this was also why I love the depths as much as I do. Down here in the depths, there are no Korok Seeds. There are 0 Koroks down here, underground. Which, if you're someone like me and has the mentality with Korok Seeds of I just happen to pass upon this. I just happen to slightly encroach upon where a Korok Seed might be. Oh, my attention's diverted. Now I gotta go chase it down. Some of these bases kind of suck. All right. Hey, you, Carman. Hello. Hi. 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 I missed. Bye. But yeah, I guess this one. But the fact that, there is no Koroks around here to distract you, it is why I like this place down here, because there's nothing to make you go, okay, but which way do I go now? Speaking of which way do I go, that's the one I have marked for later. I thought I caught a glimpse of another one. Oh, I did. Way out there, boy. Also, once again, had the realization. I'm pretty sure I didn't. No, I did not. This is why you double check yourself, because you never know what you have missed. For Lightroots. But yeah, like, the fact that there are no Koroks down here, it makes me appreciate the depths a lot more, because I won't get distracted by them. Man, where... Where's the employee entrance? Let me in. There's no way you have it this well barricaded. So hey, spoilers, we've actually been to this Yiga clan hideout. I'm just dumb and can't remember things. Anyway, everyone, I do want to thank you all so much for watching this episode of Tears of the Kingdom, and I hope to see you next time when we'll go somewhere of note, actually. I'll see you folks then. Take care.